What a night one for the NFL draft, man. On Two Tone Sports, this is going to be the biggest winners and losers of day one, man. Whoa. Let me tell you this. There was some shockers, there was some head scratchers. I wow. Just wow. Let's get into this one. Biggest winners, biggest losers. Yeah, you see it. First on the screen, obviously one of the biggest winners. It's going to be the Chicago Bears, man. I mean, come on. You go number one, you get your QB of the future in Caleb Williams, the best player in the draft. I know it was obvious. But then you also went number 9 and got Big Rome Odunze. So not only that, look what you turned out with your draft picks. Look what you did. You got your QB1. You got your wide receiver 2 or 3, depending on where you want to rank him. You brought in Keenan Allen in the offseason. You slayed the draft. You brought in your QB of the future. You gave him help immediately. Number 1 and number 9. You guys rocked this. You guys rocked this. This is an A. This is an absolute A. First winner of night one. We're going to switch over to a loser now. We're going to try to flip-flop here. Let's switch over to a loser. I mean, the Atlanta Falcons. Round 1, pick 8. Everybody thought Dallas Turner was going here. You just brought in Kirk Cousins in the offseason, right? You brought in Kirk Cousins. You gave him a 4-year deal. Pretty big deal, too. So what do you do with your first round pick? You draft a QB. You draft Michael Penix Jr. And this is even high for him. I didn't even have him in the top 15. He was fringe, 12 or 13 to the Raiders for me? At a desperation move almost? Come on. Michael Penix Jr., round 1, pick 8. I have to give it an F. I have no other choice. I know you Falcons fans are probably going to be upset with it. I'll give it a D because of maybe growth and you do like maybe a Jordan Love situation. I don't know. I'll give it a D, D minus. But what is that? Really, what is that? What kind of move is that? That's crazy. Shook up the whole draft. Nobody expected this. Nobody expected this at all. I don't even know what to say. D minus, Michael Penix Jr. went to the Atlanta Falcons. Switch it back over to, all right, second win of day one, the New York Jets. Why? We're going to stay here and we're going to also scroll down here in a second. They traded one spot with the Vikings. The Vikings won up and got J.J. McCarthy, but they traded one spot with the Vikings, right? The Vikings got pick 10 and 203. In return, the Jets got 11, 129, 157. So to move 1, yeah, they got rid of 203, but they got 129 and 157 from it. So they moved up 2. Great move. You moved back, and guess what? You got Fashanu. You got your offensive tackle to protect Aaron Rodgers. You got your tackle to protect Rodgers. It was the person they wanted the whole time, and you still picked up draft capital. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's late. But you moved back 1, picked up draft capital, and you picked up the tackle that would have been a top 10 pick, arguably, in last year's draft if he came out. Bravo to the Jets. Draft-wise, you guys got an A. Good for you. You guys got an A. Crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. You got your franchise tackle. He's that good. He is that good. Joe Alt, and to me, it was Joe Alt, then Fashanu. Awesome, awesome, awesome move by the Jets. People should do this more. I just want to throw this loser in here just because it's not really going to be a team, so to say, but a position group, I guess, side of the ball. A big loser in this NFL draft, which I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I saw this, was just defensive players in general. This is crazy. Ready? Pick number 15. 1-5. You see Latu is the first defensive player off the board. When did the first 14 picks been straight offense? Straight offense. That's crazy. Yeah, then you see the little run on defense here. Boom, 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 boom. And then you have verse. But whoa. Whoa. Honestly, loser, defensive players in general. We're going to see a slide. Some teams are going to get great value in the start of the second and end of the first here. All right, for that. But whoa. Let's get to another. I don't know, man. Seems like year in, year out, Detroit Lions just know how to do this little draft thing right. I don't understand it. It's like they're gifted players from the gods. They had an A+ in my draft review last year. They get an A+ again this year. Why? That's a CB2. That's the second corner on my board. Arguably my first. All right, there was Quinion Mitchell and then Terrion Arnold. To me, 1A, 1B. But the Lions literally just picked up one of the best. The people are considering this kid a lockdown corner at the 24th overall pick. 24th overall pick. How? How does this happen? How do we get to this? How do we get to this? I don't understand how we get to this. This, ladies and gentlemen, it's an A+. I get they had to move a little bit, but an A+. That's crazy. Terrion Arnold, back end of the first round. This kid was projected top 15. I get it, not that big of a difference, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Terrion Arnold to Detroit, and the draft is in Detroit. Honestly, Terrion, you're a winner for that. Dan Campbell's a winner for that. The whole city of Detroit is a win for this. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Really, that's awesome. I'm going to give you about 2 more winners here and then maybe 1 more loser just to try to speed this up. I know it's getting late here, but here's another winner. The Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, you got your QB, now the future. You got J.J. McCarthy at 10. I get you had to make that trade, blah, 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 whatever, but you made up for it. And I'll explain to you in a second why. But J.J. McCarthy at 10, people thought they were going to have to give up the 2 first-round picks to move up to get him. To me, that's a win. You kept both your first-round picks. You got J.J. McCarthy. Not only did you get your QB1 of the future in J.J., who, by the way, JJ to JJ, expect to hear it for so many years to come. You're going to want to bash your head against the wall. I get it. I see it already. But JJ to JJ is going to drive us crazy. It's going to drive us nuts. Nuts. But this is really why they won on day 1. Pick number 17, Dallas Turner, round 1. This man was projected in almost every board on top 10, especially at number 8, going to the Falcons, which we covered earlier on in this. 17. You got one of the best edges in the draft. Bravo to you, Minnesota Vikings. You got your guy on the offensive side, and now you got your guy on the defensive side as well. Way to go. Crush this draft. That is an A as well. That is an A as well. Absolutely insane. I don't know how some of these players have fallen, which we're going to get into in a second, but wow, wow, wow. Let's hit another winner. I mean, come on. Tyreek Hill replacement, question mark? You got your winner, Kansas City Chiefs. You had to move up. You didn't really do much. You gave an extra third. You swapped sevenths, and I think you swapped fourths. So really, you swapped first round picks. You gave them a third, and you swapped fourth and sevenths. Whatever. You got the fastest man in the NFL. The man broke the NFL Combine 40-yard dash record. You got Xavier Worthy. You got your Tyreek Hill replacement. You got Kelsey in the slot. Who knows about Rashee Rice, but you just replaced him. You got Xavier Worthy outside too. I mean, NFL GMs, have we not learned that Patrick Mahomes doesn't really need any more support? Are we missing something here? I don't know. I might be a little crazy. Maybe I'm just a Chargers fan and I think that, but did he not just win the Super Bowl? That's an A. You just replaced Tyreek Hill after all those years. People want to sit here and say about speed, blah, blah, blah. You ain't getting quicker than that. You ain't getting quicker than that. Xavier Worthy to the Kansas City Chiefs. Just when you guys thought you weren't going to see Mahomes do magic and take the top off the defenses anymore, well, guess what? You just signed yourself up some a little more Houdini act. Wow. Wow. And we're going to end this video with back-to-back losers here, okay? Wow. 49ers, right? You drafted Ricky Pearsall, round 1, 31. You get a D. Why? We're going to swing this over here. If I can bring this over here. Ready? You're going to swing this over here. Look who is still on the board. You got Xavier Leggett, right? You had Mitchell, Troy Franklin, Ladd McConkey, Keon. Like, whoa. Whoa. You had probably all these guys right here that I would have taken over him. This is your Brandon Ayuk replacement, we're assuming? You just reached on Ricky. You had a Donnie Mitchell sitting there, Xavier Leggett sitting there, Ladd McConkey, Roman Wilson. All these guys would have... Hey, man, I don't know what's happening anymore. And we're going to top this video off with possibly the two biggest losers in the draft. And yeah, right there, you see their names right there. They're still left. Cooper DeJean, who was some people had in the top 10. Jerzon Johnny Newton, some people had him in the top 15. We see it every year. These two men are still left on the board. Fell to round 2. I can't believe it. Cooper DeJean probably fell because they don't really know what the position to play, right? They don't know if he's going to play him at corner or safety or whatever, where he's going to float, blah, blah, blah. He's still a round 1 talent. And Jerzon Newton, some people, I don't know, man. Some people question his size, but really? Really? I could have bet. I honestly would have thought Jackson Powers Johnson was going to the first. Kool-Aid was fringe. Donnie Mitchell should have went above these two. Jerzon Newton should have absolutely went. And I would have loved to know what the odds were for Cooper DeJean to fall out of the first round. Like, just wow. Just wow. But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The first round of the NFL draft is officially over. It's over. What happened tonight? What is that? I mean, Ladies and gentlemen, this is Two Tone Sports, man. Every year I do this draft thing and I just don't get it sometimes. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Two Tone Sports here. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed this. Give me that thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. As always, have a blessed day. Hope you guys got the pick you wanted. I'm a Chargers fan. We got Joe Alt. I'm okay with it. I'll see you in the next one.